A major class action settlement that could bring nearly $1 billion to car owners across the country will still leave some in limbo. Thousands of Kia and Hyundai vehicles have caught fire since 2018, while others have had other serious engine issues. 13 Chief Investigator Darcy Spears shows you the manufacturer has been slow to respond and quick to dodge responsibility.
Michael Chong's family took a summer road trip to Disneyland, but wound up stranded.
That's what I was thinking it was.
At a car dealership.
Well, family members were driving with their 2 young kids on a freeway near Santa Ana, California, when their 2012 Kia Sportage suddenly stalled.
On the freeway.
On the freeway.
As scary as that sounds, they were among the lucky ones because their car didn't catch fire. Many others did.
A car is blowing up, and there's a baby, and the people just removed the baby.
The Kia on fire.
Our sister station in Tampa, Florida, exposed more than 100 injuries and a death associated with Kia engine issues across the country. Michael's family was nearly a statistic.
And suddenly you've got this scary happening, where you can't explain everything. All the lights go out. You have no idea what's happening.
They had little control over the car, but were near an exit.
Just so lucky because it could have been a lot worse, right?
Technicians at Garden Grove Kia said the oil level and condition were okay, but they found sludge and metal shavings in the oil control valve.
They said it would cost $9,100 plus tax to replace the engine because it was full of oil, sludge, and metal shavings.
Those two terms, oil sludge and metal shavings, appear again and again in Kia and Hyundai customer complaints to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and in the class action lawsuit. The combination reportedly causes engine failure, often with no prior indication of anything wrong. Can they afford a $9,000 repair bill?
No, and on top of that, the car isn't worth that much money. So, so you're stuck between a rock and a hard place.
But Michael argues they shouldn't have been stuck at all. This recall notice issued in April includes their vehicle identification number.
Saying there is an issue and we plan to do something about it, but we don't really know what yet.
The recall said Kia was aware of a safety defect in certain 2011 and 2012 Kia Sportages. The defect could cause an oil leak, which could lead to sudden engine failure, increased risk of a crash, and possible fire. But Kia was still evaluating a remedy and said owners would be notified later. That later notice got to Chong's family in the mail the same weekend the car broke down. When Michael tried to get Kia to fix his family's car,
they would repair the engine if we could produce adequate oil receipts.
Receipts to prove that over the years your family's had this car, they changed the oil.
Exactly.
Michael's family is not alone in facing that hurdle. The class action lawsuit claimed Kia routinely evades its warranty obligations and responsibility for defective engines by accusing owners of improper oil maintenance and requiring consumers to produce the entire maintenance history of their vehicles. But even if they do that, the lawsuit says Kia may still blame the engine failure on the consumer and charge as much as $10,000 to repair or replace the engine.
It's a situation that, affects so many people.
The dealership where Michael's family bought the car tried to help.
I've actually had the factory man out here. It wasn't on the phone. We actually had him here. He declined it because of the sludge in the engine.
Michael and his girlfriend recorded this interaction with Jim Marsh Kia General Manager Alan Yarborough, who tried to intervene on the family's behalf.
If you bring them proof of maintenance, they'll buy you the motor. That's not the argument. And it's out of my hands. I don't have the power to say, Kia, you're going to buy that.
Okay, what if we do our own oil changes?
You could just have to bring me you have to bring me receipts. Oil receipts right. And filter receipts.
Your average person's not going to save receipt.
In the end, the family had to take a huge credit hit and allow the car to be repossessed. Kia sent a statement saying in part that it takes customer concerns seriously, but couldn't consider a goodwill repair of the Chong family's vehicle without service records to prove the car was properly maintained. The class action settlement does cover the family's year, make, and model, but since they don't have the car anymore, they've given up the fight. Darcy Spears, 13 Investigates.